Hi, Leos. Welcome back to another segment of current events conversation. There's one thing that's been puzzling me, and I know some of you may have already heard about it if all of you haven't, and it is the unfortunate drowning death of Tafari Campbell. And Tafari was a 45-year-old sous chef and was a personal chef to the Obamas. And so I wanted to kind of get a little bit more information on this before we pull tarot because it just came across energetically as strange to me, if that makes any sense. But this gentleman was 6 foot, 6 feet 1 inches tall, and apparently drowned in something like 8 feet of water. But the pond area where he drowned was about 3 to 4 feet from some reports that we're getting from the Daily Mail and other areas. I'm going to read to you a little bit of the information that I found out. Tafari Campbell had no external trauma injuries when he drowned in Martha's Vineyard paddleboarding accident, cops reveal. As they say, his death is not suspicious and await toxicology results from the autopsy. Campbell fell into the water while paddleboarding with an unknown person on Sunday night. So this happened here recently, maybe a week ago. It remains unclear what the cause of his death was, but he had no injuries. So the toxicology report is going to be very important in this situation. Malia and Sasha Obama were spotted yesterday leaving Martha's Vineyard. Barack and Michelle Obama say Tafari was a beloved part of their family. From what I do know and some videos that I saw online circulating, he was a very strong swimmer, or let's just say a decent swimmer. I couldn't tell you if he was strong or not, because when we're swimming and practicing in a controlled area at a gym or something, a facility like that, that's a different situation from being like in a pond or whatever. So as I'm imagining him on his paddleboard with someone else, it just comes across as odd that this is a freak accident. And freak accidents do happen, don't get me wrong. He died in what they're calling a freak paddleboard accident on Sunday, but with no injuries to his head. So it's kind of like you're 6 feet tall. You can almost stand up and dog paddle and kind of keep your head above water. It's not showing from the autopsy that he hit his head on anything that would cause him to be, lose his mental faculty, or just not, have had some head trauma that may have contributed to him drowning or made him act erratically or not even act at all. So I would assume, because there was no head trauma, he had his wits about him. He says it remains unclear exactly what his cause of death was, according to the Daily Mail. The medical examiner is awaiting the results of a toxicology report before making their ruling. Those results are not expected for weeks, says a Massachusetts State Police spokesperson. Okay. And they keep saying, although they don't have all the results back from the toxicology reports, his death is not suspicious. It says the on-scene observation of the victim by state police personnel and the post-mortem examination by the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner revealed no external traumas or injury. They keep saying that, no external trauma or injury. So what caused him to not be able to prevent this drowning from occurring? I know freak accidents happen. I've slipped and fallen into deeper waters and, panic, but, realize, okay, stand up and you can get yourself out of the situation, not making light of it. But he's 6 feet tall, and they're saying where they found him was 100 feet away from the shoreline, where he was 6 feet underwater. So, and that is probably the deepest area of the water, because in some reports it's showing that the little pond area was 3 to 4 feet. It says Campbell, 45, was seen falling off his board in Great Egerton Pond on Sunday night at 7:49 p.m. So there's an element there because it's, late in the evening, that might have contributed to him, or later in the evening. Generally around 7:49, it may not be dark. I don't know. In Texas, it's not dark. It says he was paddleboarding with one other person who has not yet been named. Who is this other person? The person told the police that they saw him entering the water, then struggle briefly to reach the surface before becoming completely submerged. So he was struggling. Could he have had something in his system? Could he have been inebriated or intoxicated or drugged? Or, I mean, why would you even be out there if you've been doing that? So they've got a gallery of the Edgerton Great Pond area. So I don't know. It all sounds very suspicious to me. More details are coming out on this situation. I just want to pull 2 or 3 cards just to see what we get here. I'll do a more extensive tarot card pull. But why are they not disclosing the person he was with? Is interesting. They don't have to disclose it, but I just find it interesting that they did not. Also, this is an area that he was apparently familiar with, being a chef for the Obamas for a while, and they've had this property for a while, I would assume, that he was familiar with this area. This area is heavily guarded in terms of, ensuring that those who do not belong there are not allowed to access that area, because you've got a lot of high-profile people living in this area. It's a freakish accident for sure, but I'm wondering if there was anything else at play and if we'll ever find out the truth, because I'm sure that this person working for such a high-profile family would have to be drug-free unless they're engaging with drugs recreationally with said parties, and all of this is alleged. But it just comes across as very odd to me, strikingly odd, that this man would be out paddleboarding with another person and lose his life in what appears to be a very freakish accident. Spirit guide, ancestors, let us know a little bit more about Mr. Tafari and his situation. Tafari Campbell. Got the 10 of Wands in reverse, and generally indicates that someone is struggling and carrying a burden, and they're releasing that. They're releasing the burden that they've been carrying. So he let go of something, some type of burden of truth, burden of information. He released it. I don't know if that release meant he told it to someone or he shared it with someone, but he released a heavy burden off of himself. We got a Hermit card at the bottom of the deck indicating that he had done some soul searching. So Tafari had, apparently from these energies, had a lot going on internally with clearing his energy, trying to release a burden, a heaviness. Thank you, Spirit. Give me more on Tafari Campbell and his situation. Thank you, Spirit. We've got the Temperance card in reverse here. There is an imbalance, some alcoholism, something he was trying to heal within himself, and there may have been overindulging or extreme excess, overindulging in some type of self-medication ritual, whether that be drugs or alcohol. He was overindulging in something. He could have been drunk. And we've got the World card in reverse at the bottom of the deck, indicating that he was, trying to seek some type of personal closure. Okay. And the last card here is the Sun card. So he was, celebrating something. He was seeking pleasure. He gained success in personal closure. So he was successful in getting some type of personal closure regarding the ability to release some type of burden, something that was weighing heavy on his heart and mind. And he did overindulge, according to the cards, in something. So whether he did so willingly or unwillingly, remains to be seen. This is all I'm going to pull on the situation right now. And we'll leave it right here. Let me know your thoughts as you listen to and get information about this case on Tafari Campbell. And please put them in the comment section below, and we will chop it up a little bit later. I respond and read all of the comments. So please share your thoughts with me. Like, share, and subscribe. And let me know how you feel about the current events conversation. This is our tribe. Our opinions count. Good, bad, or indifferent. I want to hear from you. And as always, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.